As the world absorbs the events of the past few days, new questions are being raised about the continued fight against terror, about this country's role in that fight, and about America's relationship with Pakistan. Joining us now from Capitol Hill, Michigan Congressman Mike Rogers. He's the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. Chairman Rogers, welcome to Bloomberg's Bottom Line. A pleasure to have you on.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman, what does the death of Osama Bin Laden mean for the global fight against terror?
Well, it was clearly a blow to their network. He was both an inspirational leader and an operational leader, meaning that he had the ability to inspire bad activity, but he was also still, we believe, giving advice and counsel, like a consigliere, if you will, on operations and where to target operations and how to spend money and those kind of things. That was pretty clear to us subsequent to the raid. So what it means for them is that they're going to have a bit of a scramble. Their leader, the one they rallied behind, is dead. They're going to have somebody ascend to the top spot to take that inspirational role.
Right.
That means people have to move, the operations have to change, and that's a good sign for us, because where there's chaos and where there's movement, that means there's an opportunity for catch more of them.
Mr. Chairman, do you have any concerns about the changing narrative of what happened leading up to Bin Laden's killing?
You know, I really don't. I have to tell you, I was a former FBI agent. I have been involved in clearing houses. Your heart's in your throat, your adrenaline is pumping, and sometimes what you think happens, once you settle down and get outside of that particular place in an area that's safe, you start to remember exactly what happened. And I think what happened is, I think the administration got a little bit out front of the information before our Special Forces team had the ability to be debriefed about exactly what happened. Remember, there was quite a few that were involved, and each story is going to be a little different because of the different perspective they had. So I think they got ahead of their information. I think we're spending way too much time. Osama Bin Laden is not worth it. Here's the narrative I think we need to know. Special Forces team gets to a target that's hard to get to. They take fire. They clear their threats. They kill Osama Bin Laden. They retrieve his body and other evidence, and every single one of them comes home alive.
Right.
That's what we ought to be talking about.
Sir, Pakistan has expressed concerns about violations of its sovereignty. Do you care?
Not when it was Osama bin Laden. And I'll tell you this, their messages have been delivered for 10 years to Pakistan. I know that. I have delivered several myself as a member of Congress and a member of the Intelligence Committee. The Vice President, Dick Cheney, did a few years ago, and Condoleezza Rice and Hillary Clinton, both administrations, the Bush and the Obama administration, have consistently said, if we find a direct threat to the United States or our soldiers, or some significant terrorist player in your country, we will have to act.
Well, Mr. Chairman,
so they knew this was coming. I think that's why they haven't been all excited about it.
Well, Mr. Chairman, if I might piggyback on that, does the United States then have the right once again to go into Pakistan or another sovereign nation to hunt down, capture, and kill terrorists if need be?
If there is a threat to the United States, our military, our civilians, and we can clearly demonstrate that, I think we're obligated to do that, and we do have that ability under our ability to defend ourselves. That's even in international law. So I think very clearly we have the right to do that.
Right.
Here, you hope to do it with the help of the host nation, and Pakistan has been with us sometimes and maybe not so much with us other times. So we need to continue to work that relationship. I hope we use this as an opportunity to persuade them to do more.
And we are hearing a lot of criticism about Pakistan. Officials have said that they didn't know that Osama bin Laden was living in a sprawling compound about a mile away from a military facility. Do you believe that?
Well, I tell you, as of today, everything that I've seen, I don't see any evidence that says the institution of the intelligence service or the army or the government knew that it was there. Now, that does not mean that there were not elements within those organizations that may have known and may have given aid or turned and looked the other way. But we don't know that. And this is a pretty serious charge. If we are going to level the charge that the government of Pakistan knew he was there and provided him safe haven, boy, that is a game changer. And so we better be accurate if we're going to say that. And I just don't think we have enough to say that yet.
Well, some of your colleagues have also raised the issue of aid to Pakistan. Should that aid be reduced or eliminated?
I would be a little bit careful. I mean, again, there are things that are working right in Pakistan and things that aren't. Let me tell you the things that are. I mean, they sent their military into the tribal areas for us at our request, took thousands of casualties and killed in the Pakistani army fighting the Taliban and other elements in South Waziristan. And we also had over the last decade, some 600 arrests of al-Qaeda and Taliban leadership all across the settled areas, and that was with the help of the ISI and the army and the Pakistani government. So
right.
It's not perfect relationship. We need to be cautious, but we need to move forward.
Sir, in our last minute, President Obama says those post-mortem pictures of bin Laden are just too gruesome to release. He said it could incite reprisals against American interest, and he added, quoting here, "We don't trot out this stuff as trophies. We don't need to spike the football." Do you agree with the president's decision? And what about people who refuse to believe that bin Laden's dead?
I do support his decision, and the one question we have to ask, does this make our soldiers in the field, in combat, safer or not? And what we saw after Abu Ghraib photos were released is a spike in violence against U.S. soldiers and personnel. His family says he's dead. The DNA says it's him. The photo I've observed says he's dead. It is very clear now that the information get out is he's dead. I see no value in it. I do see some harm to our soldiers who are in combat today. Not a risk worth taking.
Congressman, before I let you go, I have to ask you, it's the last 20 seconds. Some have also expressed some concerns about the way bin Laden's body was buried. Muslim ceremony, the body was clean, the body was placed in white cloth, and then it was lowered into the sea. President Bush and even President Obama have made great strides to try to point out that this is not a war against Islam. It's a war against terrorists who would do us harm. Was that ceremony in keeping with that train of thought?
I think it was, and I think it was appropriate. I think it does show you the difference between savage terrorists who kill men, women, and children and have disregard for life, and a country who believes in a better day, hope, and opportunity for the future. Even when we're going to leave Afghanistan, we're going to leave Iraq.
Right.
We want the folks there to have self-representative government and have the ability to fight people like al-Qaeda, even in their own countries.
The chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Michigan Republican Mike Rogers. Mr. Chairman, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir.